I want to come to church, enjoy the music, get a good word, fellowship with some of my friends, and then go home and eat some chicken and watch the game. Every sector, I take a little bit from all of them. From the Catholics, I learned that you don't have to be in church long. From Kojic, I learned the spirit that churches can be high energy. I like the foundation of biblical principles from the Baptist doctrine. I like the philosophical thinkers. They have to want to understand the philosophy behind Scripture. I like dealing with psychology to see how people think. And you have to, if you're going to constantly draw people from every kind of background. I'm going to take sports analogies. I read USA Today, Success Mag. I read the Robb Report, the Wall Street Journal, whatever I can to give my people more information to make them better. That's what I'm going to do.
I want to talk to people who are ready to seize the moment and disconnect from everybody and everything that is holding you back.
My leadership style is I know where you are. I'm not afraid to tell you where I've been. Because I think you can relate to it, especially when you're dealing with men.
I met Bishop at a store I was working at. He came in, asked me, do I mind coming to his church? And was like, yeah, I come. From that day, life has transformed. I mean, whole 360. I was the type of street runner, drugs, all that. Been with Bishop, I got my own apartment, own car, nice job, in and out of school. I have my family back. It's like, whoa. I thank God for putting Bishop in my life.
I want somebody to talk to me that says, you know what, I've been there. I know exactly where you are. Let me show you, based upon this word, how to get out of it, how you can deal with life. I want to know how I can be better. I want to make more money. I want to raise my kids better. I want to be healthy. That's the kind of things we want to teach people. I think that it's important that we create an experience for people. I want you to feel better when you leave than you did when you came, which is not the experience that I've been having in church all my life. I was baptized at 6. I knew I was called to preach at 8 years old. And many times I'd go to church and I'd feel worse when I left than I did when I came because they just abused me and they belittled me. And how did he know what I was doing, right? This is always the kind of church that I wanted to pastor. People that can come no matter what your issue, no matter what the struggle, just come to church. I don't even care what you have on, just come to church. You all right? Hi. Hey, thank you, sweetie. Right there, Mama. Say hi to him, Mom. That's the oldest member of the church right here, and the best.
Some of the people that I grew up with, they're still here. I've made friendship with some of the newer members, and trying to just keep the balance is difficult, but at the end of the day, there's no other place that I'd rather be.
Lisa was raised up under her father's ministry, which is much more conservative or traditional Baptist than I am. So here I come with these radical ways to have church. I mix up songs in church and I change stuff all the time.
A lot of my friends refer to us as Club Love. They really think it's a club up in here because, of course, everybody comes dressed like they're going to swing on a pole or two. But when they see the posters on the billboards, oh, your pastor look like a pimp up there. He's not a pimp. He's not, but that's the image that's being portrayed because we're trying to do this contemporary church in a city that's still old school. We're still old-fashioned, homely, friendly people from the South in New Orleans. If we're not mending and tending to the hurting people, it doesn't make a difference, whether we have contemporary, country, with old school.
Every church has at least one person in their church that is a bit more challenging.
There are things that's going on that I'm not in agreement with. I'm a vocal person. There's a lot of tension between us.
God tells me something. I don't need opinion, and I don't need approval, and I ain't having no vote like they used to have an old church. I ain't doing that. I got a good, solid board of people that I discuss whatever God says, and we just flow with whatever God says. That's it.
Ain't nobody gonna treat you better. Ain't nobody gonna touch you better. Ain't nobody gonna love you better more than
I can't do yesterday church. I can't do 8-track church and an iPod generation.
I felt that God was telling me that Bishop Love was the next T.D. Jakes, or the T.D. Jakes of our generation.
Come on, come on, come on. Woo! Oh, you know how to second line.
Music sets the tone for what happens in black churches.
Vanessa Lewis at the top is our minister of music. She's brought a whole new energy to our choir. She's excellent.
I'm a straight up Baptist singer. I want to squall, I want to do all of that.
There's a few people, Jarrell included, that I put in the WIT category. W-I-T, whatever it takes to get the job done.
On Sunday, as the pastor of protocol, we are responsible for making sure that everything runs appropriately.
All right, we got 7 minutes. Right. Make sure Bruce is in place.
Okay.
All right.
Pretty much on call 24/7. If we have special projects or any events, you know, you're always there. You know, I sleep with my BlackBerry in my hand.
People really don't know what goes on behind the scenes to make a church operate. Got to be in shape to work with us, cameraman. Come on. We just had our first service. It was awesome. And now we're getting ready to change clothes, transition. You know, when people came out, they come out one way, so the next group can come in, shake hands, try to greet everybody that we can, come up here, change clothes, listen to a little music, and then get prepared for the next service.
Somebody in here, throw your hand back and say, Jesus, I need a breakthrough. Jesus, I need a healing. Jesus, I need some money. Jesus.
Tori came in later in the game. Very good musician, runs our youth ministry for us. He's taken our youth ministry to just an unbelievable height.
It's not a monologue. It's not me talking to them for 60 minutes. It is really a conversation. It's really a dialogue.
Here's the funny thing. If you just came up and was honest, you probably wouldn't get in trouble at all.
What if you did tell the truth and you did get in trouble?
Well, then don't do what you're not supposed to do.
Ben does our graphics for us. He was over our music ministry for several years.
I've been doing that for so long, you know, just a part of a music ministry and kind of kicking against it because it's like, man, I don't know if I want to do this.
The thing that we're working with Ben now with is excellence. Things like being on time. What happened to Ben?
He can't make it. He had a meeting.
He missed the last meeting too, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't like micromanaging people. If I get somebody in a leadership position, I'm gonna support you, but I'm not gonna babysit you. I'm not gonna babysit you for the job that you said you can do.
And say, draw me. Draw me, Lord. I'll come running after you.
I knew that I was gonna marry Fran. I knew that we would connect at a different level, not just physically and not just, you know, psychologically and emotion, but I knew she would flow with me no matter what I did.
My husband is a unique man, and it takes a unique woman to be married to a unique man. So I have to know how to love him right. You know, what I do for my husband, some woman may say, that girl has to be crazy, but to me, I don't see crazy in it at all. When he calls my name, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I stop and I run and I take care of him because in my home, he's the king.
Beautiful meal, baby. Beautiful meal, baby.
When he drives into the garage, if my children are on the phone, if they're doing homework, I have one thing I say, and that is, Daddy's home. And they know what that means. Stop what you're doing, we meeting Daddy at the door. Because he's home.
No, this made it work.
I like being a dad.
I really do take the trash out.
I take the trash out. How old are you?
Since when?
My girls, I got 3 girls. I've got Joy, who's 15, Faith, who's 12, and Angel, who's 10. Joy is the consummate 15-year-old. She knows everything. She's the glamour girl of the 3. Joy's ready to drive. She's ready to date. I've let her go on 2 dates already. She is the big sister. She wants to be the big sister. Faith is my 12-year-old, my tough kid. Total opposite of Joy when it comes to fashion. Faith would wear jeans every day. Very talented, very smart, very thoughtful. Faith is very thoughtful. Angel's the baby girl, and she will let everybody know she's the baby girl. She's gonna be the baby girl forever. We're gonna ride my new 3-wheel I'm getting ready to get. I'm gonna change clothes first.
No, he's not.
Pastor, come on up, man. But at the same time, she always checks on me. When I'm out of town, Angel will check on her dad, and she's daddy's baby girl. And I really like having girls. I like being the godfather, you know. I like that. I'm the black Italian.
Shut up!
I like the whole Italian mindset. You mess with my family, you mess with me. And that's what it is, it's a team.
I believe in absolute submission. I don't question it. I believe God gave him a vision. I go with the vision God has given him, and I see the manifestation every time. Every time.
Say, I believe. It's coming my way. Won't you pat yourself in the chest and say it's coming my way? Speak it with your mouth. Believe it in your heart and say, I believe.
I like being Big Daddy. One of my favorite songs of all songs is I love it when you call me Big Papa, Big Papa. I'm Big Papa. No!